and you know that you shouldn't show them. Or when you're playing with your friends and you know you shouldn't snatch something from them. Or when you're saying something to your friends and you know that that's kind of mean. Those are the things that God's talking to us about. Those are the things that God is saying, you need to have a blameless heart. You, whenever you do something, need to have a pure intention. Your purpose of what you're doing needs to be completely pure. And then the song goes on and talks about, I will set my eyes before no vile thing. No vile thing. That's kind of a big word. But what God is saying there is that when things come to me and I know that I shouldn't look at them, then that means that I'm going to turn my head, or I'm just going to leave the room. That I'm not going to look at those things. Because our eyes, at her homeschool group, that she was having a hard time remembering all this stuff that they were telling her to remember. And it was really getting difficult for her. But then her mom helped her. And her mom came in and she started writing these songs that had all the information in it that she needed to remember. And so the girls started singing these songs. And the kids at her school started singing these songs. And that helped them to remember. So whenever they needed to remember that information, they could sing the song. And that's what we're doing here. We want you to remember that you are not forgotten. We want you to remember that when you're back in your room, or when you're off by yourself and you're feeling kind of lonely, and it's easy to feel lonely, even when there's a whole bunch of people around you, because sometimes inside we still feel lonely. But we want you to remember that you are not forgotten. And so that's why we sing these songs, is to help you remember. And God's saying the same thing in the scripture. He's saying, I will sing praises to you, O God. David writes, I will sing praises to you, O God, because I want to remember what you've done for me. And I want to make the right choices. And finally, I know that, again, we talk a lot about God, but I've challenged my college group that before they meet back with me, or before they meet with Dr. Phillip or Dr. Fox, that I challenge them that they need to talk to God. That they need to get by themselves, and that's sometimes hard to do when there's so many people around, but they need to get by themselves and they need to talk to God. Stop learning so much about God if you're not going to know God. Because there's a big difference in knowing about God. I gave them the example yesterday that you can know about Brad Pitt, right? You know about Brad Pitt? I can know where he lives, I can know who he's married to, I can know how many cars he has, I can know how many kids he has, I can know all about Brad Pitt, but I don't know him. I don't know him personally. But God says that he wants us to know him personally. And the way we do that is the same way that we get to know a friend. When a new girl comes in and you want to get to know her, you go and you talk to her. You ask her questions. You find out information about her and you tell her about yourself. That's the same way with God. And so I challenge you to get to know God, to get to know who he is, to come and to talk to him, to get by yourself and to talk to him. Just start out, hey God, haven't talked to you in a while. Or maybe I only talk to you in chapel or before dinner. But you know what, God, I want to get to know you. And you know what, God will let you know who he is. God will show you who he is. And so that's the challenge that I want to leave you with today, is just get to know God. Not so much about God. It's good to know about God. But that information doesn't do us a lot of good if we don't know God personally. So I challenge you to get to know God personally. Get to know him, start out small. If you don't know him, start out small. If you do know him, go and pray for the ones that are starting out today. But be blessed and be a blessing to God. Make sure that you're making the right choices, that you're choosing God above all else, and that you're listening to his still small voice.